Hey guys, welcome back to Jmillerrealtv. Today I have a treat for you. I'm going to make a crock pot cheesecake, my own version of this. So one of my favorite desserts is cheesecake, and the problem with that is if I make an 8-inch or 9-inch cheesecake, I'm going to eat an 8-inch or 9-inch cheesecake. So this recipe is just for a 6-inch. You put it in the crock pot. You don't have to heat up the house with the oven. You don't have to worry about messing with the oven. It's easy, it's simple, and it turns out remarkably well. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do is get the crock pot ready. I've already turned it on high to get it warmed up, and then we're just going to put about 1 inch of water in the bottom of the crock pot. And for this pot, it just happens to be about 4 cups of water. So we're going to get that water in there and just let that sit while we make the cake. Alrighty, so the second thing we want to do is get the pan prepared. So again, I have a 6-inch springform pan. Springform pan is the kind of pan that the side comes off and you've got the bottom plate. And that is for, normally when you bake a cake, you tip it over to get it on the plate. But with the cheesecake, the crust is on the bottom, so you have to have a springform pan because you can't turn it over, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray the pan first. Just a light spray, good enough. And then we're going to use 2 pieces of aluminum foil. I've got 2 pieces here. And we're just gonna wrap this bottom to make sure that the water in the crock pot doesn't leak into the cheesecake pan. So there we have it. The pan is wrapped up in aluminum foil. It's double plies here, so you don't have to worry about that water getting into your crust and making it soggy. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to create our rack for the crock pot. You don't want to put the cheesecake down all the way on the bottom of the crock pot. So all we're going to do is we're just going to take this 3rd piece of aluminum foil and we're going to fold it up. And this is about 1 inch wide, I would say now. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this in a circle like this. And then this becomes the rack that we're going to sit down into the crock pot, and then we'll set the cheesecake on it like that. Alrighty? See you back in a minute. Okay, so now we're going to make our crust here. And what I have here is about a 1/2 cup of graham cracker crumbs here. I have a tablespoon of sugar here. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt here, and I've got about 3 tablespoons of butter here that I'm going to pop in the microwave and melt real quick. Alrighty, so I melted my butter. So all we're going to do is we're going to combine these 4 ingredients in our bowl. That's the graham cracker crumbs, again, a tablespoon of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 3 tablespoons of melted butter. And then we're just going to kind of mix this up. Okay. So all of that's incorporated, all of the crumbs have some of the butter on them. So now we're just going to pour them into our springform pan. Spread them around a little bit. And then I want to press this into a crust. So what you want to do, you want to use something that has a flat bottom, that doesn't have concave or oval or any type of curve on the bottom. And this is a flat measuring cup. And all I'm going to do is just press down on my crust all the way around. And there you have your crust for your cheesecake. Okay guys, so we have our crust ready, the crock pot is ready, so now all we have to do is make the cheesecake filling. So cheesecake, typical, you need cream cheese, sugar, eggs, flour, vanilla, a little bit of salt, sour cream, and that's it. Cheesecakes are very easy to make, they're not difficult at all, and they really don't take a lot of ingredients, and they're just really, really good desserts. Cheesecake's one of my favorites. So what we have here, let's start with our 2 blocks of cream cheese. These are 8 ounces each, so you have 16 ounces of cream cheese. You have about 1/3 of a cup of sour cream right here. You've got about 1/2 cup of sugar right here. I have 2 eggs right here. I have a tablespoon of flour here, a teaspoon of vanilla here, and another 1/4 teaspoon of salt here. That's all you need for a wonderfully delicious cheesecake. Everything is at room temperature. Anytime you make a cheesecake, you want to make sure that your cream cheese, your eggs are both at room temperature. They mix a lot better and it's a lot smoother filling if you make sure they're all at room temperature. Alrighty? Alrighty, so the first thing we want to do is we want to cream together our cream cheese and our sugar. We've got our cream cheese there, we've got our sugar there, and you want to cream these together before you put anything else in it so it's not lumpy, okay? Okay, so next we're going to add our eggs, and you want to add your eggs one at a time. Beat that in just a little bit. And then we'll put the other one in. Always remember to scrape down the sides of your bowl. So we're going to do that real quick. And I usually go all the way down into the bottom of the bowl too, because some of that cream cheese may get stuck to the bottom of the bowl. Alrighty. So there we have our cream cheese and our sugar and our eggs. So now we're going to add our flour, our vanilla, our 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we're going to add our sour cream. Again, this is about 1/3 of a cup of sour cream. Okay, so we've got everything in here now. We're going to mix it up. And you see over here, we still have quite a bit of flour on the side of the bowl. So that's why I always say you want to scrape the sides of the bowl, get all of that down in there so the mixer can catch it and get it all mixed in. Alrighty, and that is our simple batter for the cheesecake. So now all we want to do is we want to pour that into our springform pan. We're going to smooth it on the top. We're going to tap it a couple times to make sure we don't have any air bubbles in there. And it is now ready to go into the crock pot. Okay guys, remember the piece of aluminum foil that I folded up and made into a circle? All I did was sit it down here in the bottom of the crock pot, and that just acts as a rack to keep the cake from being on the actual crock. So all you gotta do is fold that up again about 1 inch wide, put it in a circle, put it down in the bottom of the crock pot, and then you can set your cake on top of that. And then for the top, anytime you cook something in a crock pot, you're gonna have the condensation on the inside of the lid. So what you wanna do is you want to put 3 layers of paper towels in between the lid and the pot, okay, just like this. So I've got 3 layers of paper towels here, and we're just gonna set the lid down over the crock pot with those paper towels. And what that'll do is as the condensation grows under the lid, the paper towels will keep the water from dripping down onto your cheesecake. Alrighty, so we've got our cake in the crock pot ready to go. So again, you want to turn it on high, and you want it to be on high for 2 hours. Don't take the lid off, don't check it, don't look at it. I promise you after 2 hours it will be ready and it'll be done. Alrighty guys, so our cheesecake has been in the crock pot for a total of 3 hours. It was 2 hours on high and then 1 hour after we turned the crock pot off. So we're now going to get it out here, and we just lift it out of the crock pot. There, you can see it turned out perfectly. It's perfectly done. We're going to take it out of the aluminum foil. We'll pop off the sides. And look at that. Look at our beautiful cheesecake. No oven, just a crock pot. Alrighty guys, so we have our little cheesecake here, the 6-inch cheesecake. On the top, if you have some cherry pie filling, blueberry pie filling, apple pie filling would be fine. If you want to drizzle some chocolate on it, or chocolate and caramel, you can put some chopped up nuts on top. My favorite is actually just some cherry pie filling. And so this has to go in the refrigerator, however, for several hours so it can set and cool down. And so there you have it. You have our beautiful 6-inch crock pot cheesecake. It turned out perfectly. It didn't crack, it didn't break, it didn't brown. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. Alrighty, so if you enjoyed the video, we appreciate you watching it. And if you would just subscribe to our channel, we would appreciate that. And like and comment and share on the video. And we will see you next time right here at J&J Miller Real TV. Bye-bye.